Hi there, Jean Greer here at Stylish Fireplaces. Today I want to introduce you to the Dimplex Prism series of linear in-wall fireplaces. I'm sitting next to two. I've got the 50-inch on the top and the 74-inch on the bottom. And this unit actually comes in a 34-inch as well, which some of the newer Dimplex linears do not go that small, so it's nice to have a 34-inch option. So 34, 50, and 74. These are 120 volt units. The 74 is actually dual voltage as well, so it could also connect to 240. These units are a little bit taller and a little bit deeper than some of the other Dimplex linear fireplaces that have come along since the Prism. So these units are 19.5 inches from top to bottom and about 7.5 inches deep. So they're made for a 2x8 build out as opposed to the 2x6 build out that you'll see in some newer products. Some people really prefer to have a little more substance on the front here, and so the Prism is perfect for that. When you want to see a little more glass on the front, possibly to balance out the TV screen above, because the TVs are always much taller than these fires, and the newer models are around 16 or 17 inches tall. So having 19.5 inches for some people just gives them that little bit extra substance. The flame here is a Prism flame. It's a soft yellow flame. It's very natural looking, not as intense as the newer flame on the Ignite series, but still a really nice, pleasing, natural looking flame. And consistent with Dimplex products, the flame does not change color. So I can change the color on the crystals underneath the flame, but I cannot change the flame itself. There is a series of preset colors for the crystals underneath, and then on the last setting the colors will rotate through all of the variety of color options that are in the LED strip below the crystals. The standard media in this unit is crystal, but it is certainly deep enough to accommodate the Dimplex driftwood and stone package that is available on all of their linear units. So it's an add-on that you buy separately, and it would come with pieces of man-made driftwood and natural pebbles that have been like pebbles you'd find on the beach. So that could be substituted for the crystals here, but the standard will be crystals, and that's because it allows the light and the colors to come through very nicely. This unit, again, like most Dimplex products, has a reflective backdrop behind at the back of the flame and behind the ember bed. So it really does look as if those flames are coming up the center of the unit, which is a Dimplex trademark. And a lot of people still prefer this Prism series when they're looking at a linear fireplace. So it still proves to be quite popular. It is available with this remote, so quite a little remote, but this remote has a lot of function in it. So obviously I can control the on off. I can control the temperature setting. So I do have a thermostat here, so I can set it to a specific temperature and it will cycle on and off to keep us at that temperature. And then it also has a brightness feature, and it has a timer on it. And I love the timer feature for people who think that maybe somebody's going to fall asleep or forget to turn the unit off. Now the heater will turn itself off when it reaches the temperature you've set for it. But if you don't want the whole thing running all night because somebody fell asleep on the couch or the kids forgot to turn it off, the timer feature is a really nice setting because I can set that to turn itself off after so many hours, and I know that it's not going to just keep running. These are LED lights that are driving the flame and the crystal colors, so it's not going to burn a lot of energy, but even still, you don't necessarily want it running when nobody's in the room, for instance. So if you have those forgetful people in the house, or if you want to fall asleep with the fire on, but you want it to turn itself off after that, there is a timer function. So like some of the other newer Dimplex products, there is an LED screen that's going to light up at the back here temporarily. So as I make changes to the settings, you'll see those red lights come on, and I'm just cycling through some of the preset colors here. That light will stay on as long as I'm playing with the remote and just to show me what I've done to the settings, and then it will go off. It's only on for a few seconds and then it disappears, but it's just a convenient way to see what's going on because there's no readout on these remotes. We want to see what we've done. If I'm setting the temperature, for instance, it's going to show me on the screen whether the heat is on or off, and what temperature it's set to, and what temperature it thinks it's reading the room at. So then I can adjust the temperature accordingly. So if I'm thinking, wow, it's cool in here, and it says, well, you're at 69, then I know if I put the temperature at 70, I'm going to get the heater to kick in. So this is the Dimplex Prism, 34, 50, and 74 inches wide. So you jump from 50 to 74. It's a bit of a big leap. And as I said, the 74 is dual voltage. The others are strictly 120. They can plug in, but all of them could be hardwired as well. On the 74, because it's dual voltage, the plug kit is an option that you buy separately. So if you did want to keep it on 120 and you wanted it on a plug, you would buy the plug kit separately. You can find the Prism on stylishfireplaces.ca on our Dimplex page. It has its own section for the Prism. These will have a BLF in front, so BLF 3451, BLF 5051, BLF 7451. And you can also find them under Shop by Style, in-wall linear fireplaces.